Dry but overcast conditions, not particularly warm either for the second race of the weekend. And with a great run of qualifying form again, it is Ed Jones on pole.
Pole position for all three races this weekend. Great effort by the team, and we showed really good pace in the dry yesterday in qualifying. Also the times are very consistent, so that's really promising for the races, two races in the dry today. A bit unfortunate about the race yesterday starting on pole when it started to rain, so we struggled a bit in the wet, but I think today will be a lot better with the dry weather, so looking forward to it.
Well, let's see if Ed can convert that pole to victory. Closest rivals will be Jake Dennis, the points leader, who lines up in second, and they will definitely be keeping an eye out for Patryk after yesterday's dominant wet weather performance. He's third on the grid with James Peace in fourth position. Well, the end of the British summer is here, which is why everybody is wrapped up warm. It's cold and blustery at Brands Hatch, but at least it is dry. And that should mean a decent start from both sides of the grid. Ed Jones on pole, bottom left. Blue nose, Jake Dennis. Blue and yellow car, Patryk Zabinski. Away they go, silver car, James Peace. Gets a good start from the top side, and so too does Jake Dennis around the outside of Ed Jones, and he takes the lead right from the start. Well, the poleman has the slightly shorter run into the first corner, but the racing line is on the outside. So too is lots of oil left by a previous race as they sweep around Druids. The battle further back, Corinna Camper, Sarah Moore, and down the inside, James Nutbrown in the yellow and blue machine. On board then, this is Jake Jackson's view. He's giving chase. And there is Patryk Zabinski's blue car, 54, the silver machine of James Peace. And he is in front of Alex Walker. Alex ending up in second place in race one. As we sweep along by the pit lane, you hug the white line on the right, then pop up to the left-hand side to take the racing line for Paddock Hill Bend. Start to turn, then brake, then off, and onto the gas again. Up to Druids, braking just after the bridge before you get light over the brow. You can see these BMW K-Series motorcycle engine cars are very quick indeed. Down the inside, oh, well held. Alex Walker having a little look at James Peace for fourth place after that mistake by the man in the silver car. Door got shut on him. Jake Dennis, Ed Jones first and second. Patryk Zabinski in third place. Looks like the Falcon car not quite as quick in the dry as it was in the wet, but he took a couple of laps to establish himself last time round as well. On board with your race leader, up to Paddock. Turning in sort of middle-ish line, not too early, not too late. That was partially defensive, with Ed Jones still right behind him. And Jones must be ruining that mistake at the start. Zabinski, Peace, and Walker. Battle for third. Whoa, Walker again trying to take an advantage on James Peace, but around the outside at Graham Hill Bend is a hard way to do it. Peace is not getting a good exit from Druids. He's come under attack now twice in a row down into Graham Hill Bend. This time at least he defended the inside. Well, this battle is dropping them away from Zabinski in third. And that's allowing the yellow and blue car to escape. He's got a long way to go to catch Jake Dennis and Ed Jones. Now then, here comes Walker in the slipstream. Has to go high. James Peace defends. Here are the leaders up at Druids once more. Jake Dennis with Ed Jones all over him, but unable to put in a move. Oh, and James Nutbrown flirting with the edge of the track there towards the gravel traps. That's Jake Jackson, who's just gone by him. So Jake Jackson, like Jake Dennis, also supported by the Racing Steps Foundation that are doing so much for young British talent. Jackson starting to work his way up the field now. Here is the race lead battle though. Jake Dennis still just ahead of Ed Jones. Jones may be getting frustrated now, not able to find a way past Jake Dennis. Well, he's certainly faring better in the drive than he did in the rain in the first race. Not quite as much as he would have hoped from pole position. Now, one of the problems for the man following is these cars, although not massively reliant on aerodynamics, do use their aerodynamic wings not just for balance but to help generate grip. And when you're close up behind the car in front, turbulent air doesn't work so well over the wings. The hot air boiling off his car tends to give you less grip. Oh, and that's Jake Jackson. He's gone off up at Druids. And James Peace is off as well. And I think that's at Clearways. Yes, just exiting McLaren into the Clark curve. Well, both drivers okay. Jake Jackson is out. So too is James Peace. Meanwhile, Jake Dennis, Ed Jones continue their battle. Dennis really under pressure all the way. Yellow flags and the safety car boards are coming out. Patryk Zubinski is in third. Alex Walker in fourth. And then Corinna Camper and Sarah Moore fifth and sixth. Well, they'll be picked up by the safety car, and that will close the field right up. In fact, it's happening already. Jake Dennis doing a bit of weaving to try and keep the heat in the tyres. Not something you have to worry about with a road car. Well, let's have a look at what happened to Jake Jackson. On board with James Nutbrown on the outside. Jackson defensive on the inside. Nutbrown going around just like Zubinski did in the rain yesterday. Ooh. And on the grass, desperately trying to get it stopped, but wet grass, not much friction there for the tyres. So he's straight off in the gravel. Safety car has collected the field, and they are also moving James Peace's car from the outside of the circuit. But James, like the other drivers in the championship, still at school, 14 to 16-year-old kids racing in the Intersteps category, all with lots still to learn about single-seaters. On board then with Alex Walker, James Peace in front, left into Surtees and into McLaren then. A bit of a break there, but as we saw, James Peace too far over to the left. We're getting ready to go once more. Your race leader with the blue nose, Jake Dennis. Ed Jones in second, yellow and blue, Patryk Zubinski in third. Alex Walker in fourth, another red and white car. As they go up the hill with Walker, he's looking to the inside. Oh, and Zubinski around the outside of Ed Jones nearly causes trouble there for Walker. He saw the danger in time. He's looking down the inside into Graham Hill Bend, but no chance yet to make up a place. And don't forget, of course, he's got Corinna Camper and Sarah Moore to think about. They're behind, although they've been dropped at the restart. Through Surtees, braking into McLaren, and then through the Clark curve and around the long way at the right-hander at Clearways. And Zubinski in the yellow and blue machine coming under attack again as the top four break into two pairs. All the slower car of Jake Jackson in the way. This could be a problem for the leader. Now I think he's pulling out of the way. Up to Druids they go. Ed Jones attacking, and he's run up the back of Jake Dennis's car. And they are locked together. Zubinski dives to the inside. Walker is held up. Now he goes around them. Goodness me. That's quite remarkable. Several hundred metres with the two cars locked together. So, Patryk Zubinski, the race fell into his lap somehow. Alex Walker in second, Jake Dennis is in third. That's just unbelievable. Corinna Camper through to fourth ahead of Ed Jones, who was fifth from pole yesterday as well. And Patryk Zubinski, it's going to be win number 2 of the weekend. What a remarkable lap that was. Just never seen anything like that in my life. Well, you occasionally see a car run over the back of another, occasionally see cars locked together in a gravel trap, but not continuing to run for a few hundred metres with one on top of the other. And Jake Dennis there slowing right down. I think he wants words with Ed Jones, but it wasn't Jones's fault. He was just attacking. Jones outside, goes inside, misjudges things. But then look, the cars are wedged together. Where are we going? Walker's going outside. No, he's not. Yes, he is. No, he's not. Sabinski's gone through. Walker in second, gesticulating. What are you doing? Well, they couldn't help it either. If you ever see a more bizarre racing incident, I want to hear about it. Zubinski claims the win. Walker and Dennis, second and third.
Bit of surprise victory there for you?
Yeah, it was. It was a bit of a surprise because I was just trying to defend from Alex Walker and get a podium. And then, fortunately for me, they came together and I took advantage of it, so yeah.
Well, for every cloud there's a silver lining, but it was a cloud for Jake Dennis.
we had good points really. Shame we lost out on the last lap because I got drove over by my teammate, but we'll have to move forward in the next race and hopefully get some. Hope to try and take a win. Really, it's a shame because I led every single lap from all the way with 3 corners to go, and something like stupid like that happened. So it's a shame, but we'll have to move forward.